Knock, knock. Who's there? Nobody. Nobody who? When you get home, I want to talk to you. Nobody's home when it comes to these house churches, okay? You've got a split, or sometimes people join it together, the house church and the mainstream church, and there's a split, and somebody says, well, I want to do the house church, I want to do the mainstream church, I want to do both. You know, it's coffee, all right? It's coffee. That's all it is. That's all a house church is. It's coffee. That's all. Nobody's home. Nobody is home. Nobody is freaking home. Okay? What is going to change if you move from a building to another building called a house? You're going to have house church? If it's the same thing, why bother? You know, it's just a change of venues. It's just a change of buildings. Why bother? Oh, we've got this schematicized out so we can talk to one another. Well, you can do that anyway. Yes, house churches are biblical. These steel framed buildings or basilicas made of stone and colored glass are not. But without knowing the reason and why they did that, you're not going to know what the point is of house churches. If you run it like a regular church, it's just a regular church in a house. You know, somebody was making that point to me earlier. Actually, that was the Skeptic Antidote. Oh, I hope it's okay that I mentioned his name. I haven't seen stuff from him for a long time, but don't know much about him. But I think I was talking to him one time. I hope it's okay that I mentioned your name there, Skeptic Antidote. But and I don't know. I'm not saying I don't know him that well. He seems nice. That means nothing to me. Well, other than it was nice. It was nice. But, you know, what's the difference? He said you go, I think it was a Skeptic Antidote. He said, okay, you go from a building to a house, and it's the same thing. You grow big enough, and then you go get another building, and you get a building. But the idea, the best way I can explain it, because people do not understand the purpose of house churches, from a secular viewpoint, explaining it that way, it's the idea of moving from an auditorium to a family. And houses work the best for that. From an audience and an auditorium to a family-like setting. But, you know, I'll say it again. Spiritual rebirth is necessary to make it work. You know, I don't like Frank Viola. No snubbing Frank Viola. But he's got the form without the function. And form follows function. Form does not lead function. So put that in your brain and think about that. Thanks for your interest.